Yeah, this is Alcan. Welcome back to my channel. Well, as you may have seen at the beginning, yes, there's a banner that does say Black Lives Matters, and I'm right in front of it. I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, part of it. Anyway, well, if you ever wonder what I was thinking about this situation with George Floyd, I don't know. For some reason, some people called it a tragedy. A tragedy is like something that wasn't planned for, that wasn't going to happen, that, it's a once in a lifetime thing. This is more a tragedy. This is a travesty because situations like this happen over and over again. And this is not the first time that somebody was saying that I can't breathe. Unfortunately, that distinction goes to Eric Garner, another person who died because of bad police techniques and officers that didn't use common sense. Well, as we know now that the four officers are charged with second-degree murder. The one who did the damage to George is, of course, facing 40 years in prison, and the other three are facing 40 years in prison because for aiding and abetting in the murder. Now, the thing is, the reason why I'm near the sign is I want to bring something up. Recently, the governor of New York, Mayor Cuomo, was complaining about the situation with the coronavirus, the hotspots in the city of New York. You know where a majority of these hotspots are? In minority areas. So again, you understand why this is important. Minority areas. In those minority areas is everything from education to mass transit. They're always short. So, why is this important? In two particular areas, let's say Brooklyn, you had the G line and you had the Franklin Avenue shuttle. They're in minority communities and their trains are running short because of Opto. Now I understand they're gonna resume schedules back on Monday, the 8th. So I don't know if they're gonna put these Opto trains back or not. But the thing is, you can't touch the space Opto trains. We've seen how crowded these trains are. So, unfortunately, some white folks back in the 60s didn't give a crap when they come up with these crazy ideas for the expansion of the subway system, including Opto. They were thinking about it back then. They had about 12 extensions and relocation of the outline, and well, it is now 2020 and we only got a piece of the Second Avenue subway. We got the Orchard Avenue subway. It was supposed to go a little further than Parsons Archer, as well as on the J line, NE. That didn't happen. The airline relocation and extension, that didn't happen. A 48th Street line system, that didn't happen. Of course, the Second Avenue subway going all the way to the Bronx, that also didn't happen. Now, what I'm saying is, poor planning always leads to problems. And in this case, when they came up with this stupid Opto thing, finally in '96, they had no idea that it was going to add to the problem of the coronavirus years later. Because unlike other transit systems in the world, we're the only transit system that has a limit of how small the train is for Opto service. Not how long, how small. In other words, BART trains can operate a full 10-car train 85 feet per car with one person operating the train and looking out the window and stuff. We only allowed 300 feet. So, with that limit, the G line was packed like sardines. So you know that anybody came on that train with coronavirus on the G during rush hour, even if it wasn't in auto mode, everybody caught it. Just like with the Franklin Avenue shuttle, it's a 2-car train, and it does get crowded. So, question is to the governor: are you going to fix that problem, or you're going to let the coronavirus do its thing again? Because quite frankly, I can understand why these folks got sick and tired being inside and lost everything because of the virus. And then when Floyd's, I don't want to call it tragedy because that's not a tragedy. That's a travesty. That was murder. When that happened, all hell broke loose. Because you got the Antifa clowns hiding with the protesters. So we don't know who's who. And no, Antifa is not African American people only. There are white people in there too. So basically, the governor, if I was you, I would terminate this auto thing once and for all. If you need social spacing, you cannot operate small trains. That's the bottom line. Auto should be thrown into the trash can of history. And by the way, if you're wondering if there's any other train system that had a limit on their auto trains, Paco in Philadelphia. They tried to operate a 9-car train one time, and they had problems. According to the operators, they couldn't see the last 3 cars. So they tried everything, including the CCTV cameras, but in the end they decided it's better to reduce it back to the 6-car train and scrap the full-length auto train. So, it's not unusual, but for New York, it's not good for the minorities if you had to be stuck in a sardine can with a crazy virus. So there'll be a better video about the situation with George Floyd coming in another time. This is not it. Anyway, so this is Alcan saying so long for now, and don't forget your stock. I wish I could knee down, but I can't.